It's been an extremely strong hero for some time. When it went through those big nerfs, sure, I think it got hit really hard, but I think that if you are a Willow player and you're comfortable, especially if you're playing with a hero like Mars, which just fully enables the toolkit, this hero is very strong right now.
And what did you sort of think about the final? GPK.
We might get a 5v5. What's going on over here?
I was going to say that they're all coming over to this top bounty rune.
They're both trying to look for with like the paired heroes. Look, the Mars and the Willow are paired off. The CM, the Jug, and the paired off. They're both looking for the kill combos. We get very deep wards from both sides. So it looks like we're getting some. Both sides are trying to get their lanes right. Both teams are trying to match up properly here. Get this Bloodseeker into a good position versus the Timber. He'll get aggressively harassed quite heavily here.
Yeah, fair bit of damage before starting off the lane and save. Yeah, still running down Dream.
So this means Live to Win gets the lanes that they want. So it's Bloodseeker had to TP toward the bottom lane. They get to send the Timber top versus that Mars versus that Willow, and they're going to send the Jug bottom. So Live to Win get the lanes they want.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, actually, yeah, forcing that TP was pretty big.
Yep.
Because now that
was actually very smart.
Yeah, you can't do anything about this, right?
If you've quite a bit here.
You've got to let it be. And so in the mid lane, the final pick from Live to Win, being FN's Invoker. Do you like this, or do you feel this was sort of just a case of, well, what else can we play in this game?
Little worried for it. I think there's just so much burst damage that can come out, and it's a hero that's just a risk in general. I think Queen of Pains are just, they're up in the air. Invokers up right now are up in the air. Just, you can have a good game, but you can also fall flat on your face. And I feel like Quas Wex right now actually gets countered pretty hard by this Eternal Shroud item. I feel like it actually owns EMP because you just literally restore mana instead of losing the mana, which is pretty ridiculous. So we'll see how he's able to make it work. It works. It synergizes well with the Jug. I'm just worried if he gets speared, he's dead in every fight. If he gets speared and latched, he's just absolutely going to get exploded in every single one of them.
Yeah, he's going to have to be incredibly careful with his positioning. I mean, in terms of saving, there is at least the Tusk Snowball. That could certainly come in handy if FN does get jumped upon by these heroes.
But like Brian was saying, they do have ways. They have a lot of ways to prevent that, right?
True.
The Blood Right being dropped on the area, the Willow running in with all his roots that prevent pretty much Tusk save kit. And we're seeing the aggressive tri-lane working out very nicely. They force the TP out. Bloodseeker wants nothing to do with being down there, and immediately reaction comes out from Live to Win, put the Timber down versus the Mars again. So nice stuff coming out from this Dire lineup.
Yeah, immediately trying to get something done in terms of damage onto DM. He will be able to step away, but really forcing these lane matchups and as we're seeing, allowed to do so. It's not like it's easy for VP to really switch them back over every time that Live to Win is sort of setting the plan in motion here when it comes to what matchups they want on the side lanes.
They're not doing, because of these constant changes though, they're not doing as well as they would if they just got the perfect lane matchups, right? You see these shifts are actually hurting them a bit. We see DR getting aggressive onto save. They might be able to actually get this Okay, he doesn't actually commit for it with the boots. Yeah, his last hits are actually 8 and 7. You see Bloodseeker's actually ahead of him right now. FN is doing excellent in the mid lane. I thought he was going to get pressured a bit more the first few levels, but doing a great job.
Yeah, it's got 2 nulls and now has pretty much the same amount of bright clicker, just a little bit more actually than the Quap. Now with GPK not quite getting his 2 out. So yeah, FN.
Yeah, GPK opted for Bottle Rush instead of getting some stat start here. Maybe actually hurting him a little bit in the lane.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, obviously getting the ball sooner, he knows that when it comes to sort of the power rune control, with all the attention on the side lanes, I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, do you think we will see either side be able to sort of send supports over for the 4-minute rune?
Yeah, they should. They definitely should. I think the Tusk will go for that bottom rune and probably save going for that top rune on the Willow. They have to check it. They don't want. FN does not want GPK. If GPK gets a DD,
if he gets
FN's lane, so he has to actually get some help there.
Just
to make sure that doesn't happen. And they're both going to actually check it. So the CM and the Tusk are both going to. And I'm actually surprised that VP sends nobody.
Yeah, I mean, there's no chance that GPK is getting this at all. Unless he blinks on the top and it's there. It's not. It's bottom, so...
Oh, and it's a DD. It is a DD.
Yeah, that would have been... I mean, that would have been pretty big for GPK if he had got that. I mean, not only sort of just securing next few waves easily and getting a lot of denies, but maybe being able to really pressure FN. But as it stands, with that rune taken away, FN's just going to continue to have the lead in this lane. Only slightly, but still impressively, as the Invoker against the Quap.
Oh, almost catches that EMP as well onto GPK. I mean, these two guys, they play each other in the lane all day in pubs. So as we see, oh, Seneko getting low. One more hit.
There we go. First blood coming in here for
nice
VP.
VP.
Save.
Very nicely done.
Now we're seeing things continue down here on the bottom lane. Nightfall not struggling at all to farm into this Timber, but Afterlife, as we can see, finding just as much as very, very close really across all the lanes. Everybody's farming, nobody's getting heavily pressured out. I see on the bounty runes, looks like it might just be the, oh no, okay, GPK is able to get the other one.
Because of these lane movements around too, I'm always watching now when there's teams with Coddle, just looking at the stack game. Actually hasn't had time to really get any stacks up because of all these movements. As top, DM. He'll be okay. And now VP finally has the lane that they wanted. They finally have the Mars Willow versus the Jug and the Bloodseeker versus the Timber, but they now have their level so they can actually deal with the lane. Afterlife not going to get pressured as hard. Same thing for that Jug.
GPK, ooh, he was thinking about going for that there, but
he cocked it up.
I mean, he got about down to what, 370 HP on the Invoker, and how much is that? It's about 200 something, right? At level 1. Yeah, it wouldn't have been quite enough. It would have been very close. Yeah, it's 340. He had 370 HP, so he did the maths. He knew not to blow it. He's gonna look over the river.
Immersion.
He could get immersion if he wants to, and he will. He'll take it. Drops the Sonic Wave. GPK securing himself the kill.
Dead either way, no matter what he does there, unless he snowballs to a neutral. Even if he snowballs on the enemy there, he just gets waved anyway, so eats the death. Seneko getting wrapped on up top, save.
See if DM can get in close enough. TP backup is on the way from Immersion. Comes in with a snowball. He's actually going to make the move straight over towards DM here. As this looks like a pretty dead Mars. The setup's in, and with the damage from the Blade Fury, Live to Win turning it around, and now looking over towards Save as well. Save still has the Shadow Realm, and again, no hesitation from Save, just using that Shadow Realm to TP out to safety. But some very nice quick responses there from Live to Win, bringing in Immersion and putting a stop to the Mars Willow aggression.
Yep, I mean, very nicely done so far. Because they have this Timber in the bottom lane, he can just chill by himself. The supports now have free reign. They can just dictate the pace of this early game. So CM and Tusk going to be eyes on them for Live to Win, to see how much they just set up their lanes for success. I mean, yeah, Mars is now going to get bullied out completely. This is a little scary for VP. They can't actually have the Mars get levels at all. So it's going to limit the movements, and now it's going to be GPK who has to kind of bail out the side lanes a bit here to at least protect this early game.
And sort of, how easy is that going to be for GPK on the quad this game? Is it a pretty nice game for him to make moves and get kills, do you think? Or are these heroes kind of tricky for him to burst and take down?
They can definitely be a little bit trickier.
Yeah.
That Jug always has a way to kind of play around it, besides, just getting eaten a Sonic Wave. But yeah, Timber and Jug are not the easiest ways to set up for kills. And that is the lanes where he has to risk ganking, because that's where the CM and the Tusk are going to be, for the most part, set up. So yeah, this looks like a pretty solid start here for Live to Win. And it's constantly 3 heroes checking the runes, another DD for FN. There's 9 GPK, all of these power runes.
Yeah, it's really smooth stuff here from the Dire side. I think we're seeing already why, as we mentioned before the series, Live to Win, absolutely a squad to keep your eye on here in the CIS upper division.
And look at DM. Yeah. Like he shows his face pop, and instantly they're surrounding him.
This is some impressive moves from Live to Win. It just doesn't stop. They've got the setup here surrounding DM. They're going to try and bring some backup to see if VP can turn this one around, but an Omni Slash comes in onto Nightfall. Already gets him down to half HP. Dream's going to chase with a Blade Fury. Nightfall, he's lucky to get that speed boost, as he'll be able to step out back to safety. Dream's out with the TP, so is FN. Immersion also going to head out of there, and he's going to get away.
They're all TPing out.
All 4 of them there with the TP retreat. I mean, they're just a little more awake than VP, it seems, in this first game, as it's very, very clean stuff here from Live to Win.
Movements on point. Afterlife now has a free lane bottom to pressure since everybody TP'd away. He's very likely to get this tower. The Jug rotating down too. This is good planning here. VP, they're going to have to start to make some better adjustments. What they're going to do is give DM the mid lane so that he can get that 6 online, as he desperately does need it to be able to weather this storm of this early game. It's collapsing quickly.
See what the two of them can do down here, but this tower already gone. And would you sort of agree with Brian? I think he was sort of talking about how he was a little concerned for VP's lineup if it does go on, and seeing how well this Bloodseeker can sort of stand toe-to-toe against the Jug in the late game.
I have to agree. I mean, it's a full early game snowball lineup, especially when you have Queen of Pain and Bloodseeker. You're not drafted for the late game. You're drafted for the early fights. If they start to fall too far behind, Dream is going to just free farm while his other heroes are able to just continuously pressure. This could turn out very troublesome for them if they start to fall any further behind.
DM will get away with grabbing that bounty rune. They won't try and make moves onto him. I'm seeing FN not going to get the rune this time, as GPK is able to make it over and grab it. And FN going to be going for that Witchblade.
Yep.
So that it's going to be a lot of damage. You know, suddenly GPK, if he's sort of misblinks in, you know, gets himself a little too deep, he's going to be very vulnerable. I mean, we sort of talk about the save that Live to Win have. It's not a lot, but there is a snowball. There's something on VP's side. If this Bloodseeker or Quapper out of position, they're just in a whole lot of trouble.
Their games are going to be difficult till they do have that match community for the most part. Whenever you're playing versus Invoker, if you don't kill the Invoker at the start of the fights, he will trip up your entire battle as Nightfall. Up top, FN's rotating.
Now he's having to use this Rupture sort of defensively to hold Seneca back from chasing. The arena's going to be dropped down. They've got the combo with the snowball. Oh, it's beautifully done it by Immersion as he takes in FN. Nightfall will get away though. Immersion not quite able to find the shard to follow up that little bit of a cute save. They might still find him though. Nightfall's trying to TP out. Afterlife finds him in the trees. They get him anyway. And now Nightfall down without a TP. You can see it there already. Maybe a little frustrated there. I mean, he's going to know on this Bloodseeker, if his game's getting shaken up now, it's only going to get harder for him.
He can get recalled at least out to the lane when Kingslayer is about to hit 6 here, but yeah, I feel like you can't die almost at all as this Bloodseeker in this game. You have to have almost a perfect one versus this Jug, because you're just going to start getting outscaled, out-farmed. The Maelstrom's already up for Dream. Yeah, he cannot die like that. Immersion, though, with just an absolutely beautiful snowball. And now, again, back onto the aggression. Just continuing to look for plays here as Afterlife forces in the towers with this hood.
Saves waiting in the tree line here with the backup. He's going to get the fear down onto the two of them. He's going to turn and go aggressive here onto FN. See if he has the damage. FN able to turn with the Tornado. The Curse Crown upon him, but he's already out with the Ghost Walk. He's himself far enough away, but not enough to keep himself alive. Though as GPK jumps in to get the kill, does of course mean that GPK loses his own life there. We'll see if Live to Win lose anyone else. It won't look like that they do. They're able to keep everyone else up. I mean, in this sort of a game, is it worth it for GPK to throw his life in to kill FN, or do Live to Win not care about that?
I don't think Live to Win cares. I mean, FN is not the full carry, right? It's the Jug who's going to be the huge core that scales, so I think they're fine with whatever they do get those as Afterlife continues to be this beast. Mid, taking a lot of damage, though.
He's nearly got the kill, and he has. Let's see if he dies. He's got that armor building up, and he's out with the chain. He's going to be fine Afterlife.
Oh, my God.
They're having some problems here, VP.
Hey, look, I mean, he was very close to actually going down. Any other spell connects, and he does die, but... I mean, the hood, just how farmed he really is already setting up, even as a salve, so he can continue his pressure. All going well for Live to Win.
What we're seeing here on the old replay.
Beautiful.
Some of that good old neutral hitting. Oh, wait, no, this is live. Oh, it was a replayception. We don't know whether this is live or a replay. It's...
I heard a Sonic Wave, though, but Sonic Wave is up, so it couldn't be live.
I think this is live. It must be live. I don't know.
It is live, I'm joking. DM bottom.
We're stuck inside the replay. No, this is live. This is real. And unfortunately for VP, that is, losing another core. DM taken out down bottom. I mean, the top lane, GPK is getting in aggressive onto Seneca. Seneca's just going to stand his ground and pop the ult. It will have the fear to put a stop to the channeling. And Seneca dead. Still having to, you know, really commit for these smaller kills, whilst the rest of Live to Win just continue to roll around the map. Now look at it going on to Nightfall. They've got him. Another death on this Bloodseeker, who you said, you know, whose game is so important at this stage. Each of these deaths just dying like this and not being protected by his team. It's just hurting the overall flow of VP's draft so much.
Oh, and it's a disaster.
It's rough.
Completely shut down. No ways to gank Jug when he can just spin and TP out with no BKB or, you know, spin piercing disable for them. This is looking pretty grim right now already. GPK, he's having still a pretty good game. He's got Orchid. He has to make so much happen with this Orchid now.
I mean, what would you think it's sort of been that sort of made this beginning so tough for VP? Is it mistakes from themselves, or do you think it has just been Live to Win playing really smart, especially in the laning stage?
Definitely a bit of both. I feel like VP's they weren't being clever at the start, right? They just sent DM top, and they just sent DM top, and then they sent them again after the tri lane shows up. And then afterwards, they adjust and send him to the mid lane to get levels. He was too far. He was very far behind this game. He hit level 6 at, what, 9+ minutes or something like that? Maybe even just a little bit before that. The Mars, I mean, they just got outmaneuvered super hard. As 5k lead, Live to Win immersion.
I mean, he's just
going
in. I mean, he should die for this. Or maybe not. They're able to heal him up with the burst. Is he going to live? He is. He's able to get the snowball out. Turn over towards GPK. GPK's up to the high ground. He's trying to get a sonic wave up, but he's been punched up. Turns, does get the wave out onto the two of them. They've killed immersion. Can they get anything more, though? Looks like GPK is having to back out after the use of that ult. Afterlife trying to chase, not quite able to find the tree. Into the side, though. Dream, he stepped in. Here's the turnaround combo save. Commits with the fear. They burst through the jug. Big plays from Save to punish Live to Win for diving in, moving in aggressively through the trees. GPK trying to get the chase back on, but the rest of Live to Win will get out of there. But Save, it's in the names. Definitely saving the state of the game here, getting the huge counterplay onto the jug.
And Nightfall's able to actually get farmed during it too. He wasn't actually involved during the fight. He's just on the opposite side getting levels. That was very nice for them to catch back. A beautiful fear, and the Willow actually has a pretty much full vessel actually finished up at a good time versus this Timbersaw. Not too shabby.
That's going to be quite the issue. I mean, what are we seeing on the Timber after that?
He's got a Greaves.
Oh yeah, he has pretty much so.
Yeah.
That's
but you can
a
still
little
play
unfortunate.
Around it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you say, sort of force him to pop it early to save his teammates and then look to make the aggressive play on him.
Yeah, exactly. The Greaves are going to be another problem, though, as you can remove all of Willow's toolkit pretty nicely. Also versus that Orchid that's come out from GPK. He'll be able to play around that very nicely.
GPK, has he got the damage here? He hasn't. Snakeo's out.
So name of the game, I feel like, for VP now is weather this storm. As much as you want to be aggressive, I think you can take the fights if you see a good position, but try to get these BKBs online. GPK.
They're coming for GPK. He's been rooted. He's got to blink out to the side. He's going to try for the TP. Is the snowball there? Ooh, he's out. That's close.
Ooh.
He makes it away.
I like that Seneko did this build. We've seen this a couple times when you're lacking some disables. They just max the Frostbite, and it's been more popular lately, but see in the jungle.
Making an aggressive move on to save. The arena's going to get laid down here by DM. Turns with a spear, but Save's already down, and they're moving in onto the Mars. As DM falling low, Bloodbright does set up for potential turnaround kills, and here they come. 3 dead, and soon to be 4th by looks of it. His Dreams just run down.
Oh, baby.
As that's the combo that they drafted for here. This massive amount of team fight, Arena, Bloodbright, Illuminate, all coming together perfectly. And VP, they've just shaken the game back up.
It looked like maybe they were a little late for a second there, but a clutch recall comes in, I believe, from Kingslayer onto Nightfall. Nightfall gets a 4-man, I believe it was, Bloodbright onto all of them there. Zooming through, just cleans up. Very nicely done there. DM gets the perfect setup. Then this is one thing, that big team fight that we were mentioning, it kicks off for them.
Yeah, it certainly still punches, regardless of the start that Live to Win had against VP. If they get themselves caught in that combo, it's going to hurt.
And they needed that too. It's completely swung back around. Experience even only a 1k gold from a 5k gold for Live to Win. And DM has now been enabled to almost have his Blink Dagger for himself too. So now they have actual forms of initiation soon to maybe catch the Jug off guard when he is playing far up in the lanes.
No, it's going to make a big difference to the ways they can find these kills. As before, it was the best hope of initiation was just the old walk up or GPK having to go in and throw out a dagger, and as we've seen, that's just left him in very vulnerable positions. See down bottom, they're hunting for GPK and Save. See if they're able to get a catch on to either of them. 4 members have Live to Win down here right now on the hunt.
I'm loving how aggressive their movements are on Live to Win. They're just constantly on the prowl looking for stuff. And Save. He's going to be spotted.
Yeah, he's not got any options here to get out. As at the least GPK, of course, being able to have the space to retreat
Look at
from the
mid.
area. They're going for
Immediately
DM.
they saw DM. Can they actually get to him? He's a bit fast. He'll cut the tree with the ult. So Afterlife
Alright.
can't latch to it. Okay.
That's
So
something.
that's clever, actually.
Definitely, 80 seconds though without the arena could be a good window for Liv to win, to get something done. Again, as we saw, last time, it is the full team fight combo that's the real threat. And without key parts of it, VP definitely at a bit of a weakness.
Yeah, just back up and farm DM. Just be a little cautious when you're clearing out the... I'm just going to call that the death wave, where the waves meet in the middle and you kill it on the low ground. I feel like I've seen 900 people die there every single day.
Oh, we're seeing on GPK's BKB. Very, very close.
They're gonna have both done at a pretty good time. Nightfall actually has his done, so he can turn up to these fights, and this should prove to be pretty damn strong for VP. With their big team fight combo with the double BKBs, they're gonna be immune to a lot of that damage. All they have to watch out for, I guess, in particular for Nightfall, is watch out for the Omni Slash. They gotta be stacked up, or at least just around him in an area.
I mean, even that route with the Maelstrom build of the Omni Slash isn't going to really be unless it's like a full Omni Slash on only him, like,
or an Alacrity Omni Slash.
Sure. Like the BKB is just.
It's gonna protect a lot.
He's going to be able to run. He's going to be able to get out of there unless he's caught completely alone.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're going to come in and try and defend.
Short. Yeah.
See how they can start this GPK. In with the silence, Sonic Wave into the fear, but here comes the save for now with the snowball. Isn't enough though. Dream is stuck in the arena. He'll get out with the Blade Fury, but he's being chased down by Nightfall. Does still get the Omni Slash out. The bouncers are coming over. Is it enough to get any of the kills though? It isn't. Kingslayer and Nightfall still alive. They're looking for Kingslayer in the trees, but Afterlife can't quite find him, as they haven't lost anybody on VP, and VP, they're ready to start cleaning up more. They've got Dream, the big one. They're looking for Afterlife. Nightfall doing his best to kite out the Chakram, but the Spirit Vessel's down onto Afterlife. He's being slowed down by this bind. Jump forward from GPK. They're going to have the damage to take him, surely, unless FA can do something incredible. He comes in with a Tornado. The strike just off the mark. Doesn't catch GPK, as VP will end up being able to also take down Afterlife.
Both teams were so well set up for that too. That snowball from Immersion, instant, because they knew the Jug was going to get gone on because he doesn't have Manta, but it didn't matter. They got everything on him, and he was too low to follow up. Nightfall with the BKB turning up, able to dish out all that damage, and it's another great fight set up from VP and bringing themselves back in the game. Up to a 4K experience lead off of that.
Yeah, this is some very nice fights here. You can see how sharply this game has turned back towards VP's favor.
Yeah, and that was GPK before the BKB too.
Yeah.
So now he can be even more reckless, jumping in to go for those silence plays. Dream, he does have his own Manta, so he won't have to be completely covered from Immersion like he was that last time, but definitely seeing some big team fights coming out from the side of VP.
Yeah, and still the damage options they have through BKBs is just limited to the point that VP are going to have that. They're going to come in with the harder hit in each of these fights, and it's really a question if Live to Win can sort of out-sustain them. And at the moment, down to sort of they do have good tools, of course, Pipe, Greaves, and the Healing Ward. But if we see again these sort of situations where DM's able to get 2 or 3 heroes down in the arena, Live to Win are certainly going to struggle in the 5v5s.
Yeah, this is where the Invokers start to look. It starts to look like he's a lot worse because the BKBs are online. You don't have good targets to go for, so it's getting harder for FN for sure to find these options. His DM, he's getting recalled up top. The Tornado almost.
That was close. But he's out, and VP now in position to put the pressure onto the top tier 2.
In the position to put pressure on top tier 2, and also in position to potentially protect their bottom one, because DM can set up and TP to the tier 3 if he would like to actually go for this defense now that he got recalled top. He's going to sit around mid around his Bloodseeker.
Just make sure Nightfall's not going to get jumped, and he isn't. VP very much playing in a way that, if Live to Win do want to try and make a move, it is going to be into the entire team, and all ults ready to go on VP. As VP know, they're feeling strong, they're pushing this wave right up towards the high ground.
Oh yeah, threaten the base, of course. If they haven't even taken out the tier 2 yet, you can threaten base pretty decently here, at least force reaction back, and then you can start backing away. Or maybe make the jump if they step too far forward, but as soon as they see 2, They're gonna back up, reset. Do they have a smoke? If they'd like to, they're gonna smoke. Okay, this is a really nice move if they're gonna be able to find someone. If they can swing across to catch people in the river. They're also gonna find a DD for GPK. This could be very nice for them. Let's see what stragglers they do find. It's gonna be immersion.
Yeah, they'll take it. I mean, they know already that live to win. They struggle when it's a full 5v5. Now with just any sort of hero down, that the team fights just become inevitably harder. FN.
Save's going in. He still had the smoke for a second. He gives vision.
I'm going to start trying to commit onto Save. If they got the magical burst, they do. They'll take down Save. The arena down. Look at an Afterlife on the side. Seneko trying to hold his ground with the ult, but he's pushed to the side by the Sonic Wave. Nightfall popping his BKB, trying to commit to chase down more, but there's a buyback coming in from Immersion. As Live to Win, still trying to do their best to hold the high ground here. Afterlife trying to see if he can get any setup onto the rest of them, but VP, as soon as they did lose DM, and that buyback came out from Live to Win, they back up, they get out of there.
I think they saw FN's BKB get used to. They just backed up and reset it. Couldn't actually get any other kills there. They committed almost all their ults too, so this is Live to Win, making the heads up play. Everything but the Willow. Actually, no, even though Terrorize was used, actually all their ults on cooldown. This is a really heads up move. But there's a lot of spam. The Coddle plus that Blood Right. Healing Ward's still on cooldown for 4 seconds as well. Uh-oh, they're getting low.
I'm gonna see what VP can do about this. Greaves to be popped by Live to Win. Roshan, they really want to commit for it. GPK's jumped into the pit. Is he going to be able to put a stop to it? He's able to grab the Aegis. Live to Win, get the kill, but GPK, he's able to pick up that Aegis, also get out without even falling the once.
DM in the back line.
He's committing with this BKB. I mean, FN's getting very low. He's trying to run, but he's been ruptured. FN now dead for 50. Live to Win, they've got to be careful. Quick Manta for Dream to remove the dagger and the silence. Afterlife as well, backing off. But now VP definitely with the upper hand now. The availability to make something happen whilst they're the ones with the Aegis.
Poor Immersion. He got bashed into getting rooted, into getting bashed, and then he gets killed because he gets silenced in the Blood Right in the pit. If he lives a little longer, he could actually maybe get a snowball off or something in the pit. But GPK comes out, the big winner here.
He's in.
Jumping in.
All right. He's looking for an easy kill onto Seneko. And they'll get it. Can they get more, though? Looking towards Afterlife. He's into the root.
All of them versus just him.
They've got a fair bit of damage. Is it enough, though? As Afterlife continues to try and retreat, but save DM. They're on the chase. They're able to get the spear into the trees. They've caught him as Afterlife's down as well. Dead for a full minute. As VP now 21 to 13, 3K lead. It's a bit of a shaky start with Live to Win making the fast moves, but now we're really seeing sort of the team fight, team player VP just being a step above.
Oh, this is huge. Yeah, I mean, GPK now, because he has this Aegis, he's level 18, he can be reckless, so reckless, he can jump in for all this and in a very comfortable spot now. Is this, I mean, this Bloodseeker has surpassed the Jug now, finally. And the Jug's team fights, just, it's not looking good for Dream. He actually can't find any targets to really go for. His spin is irrelevant in most of the situations. He hasn't been able to go for his shard because of that reasoning that his spin's just not going to be as useful anymore. And they just eat the Omni. They're too tanky. The Bloodseeker ate majority of those bounces. I like DM's build too. Just the Blink, the BKB, and then just straight into supporting his teammates, going for a Solar Crest. This is looking pretty damn good for them. Live to Win. Now they have to weather the storm that's coming for them, as they're going to have a Scotty finished up on Dream, but it's still not feeling like he's going to do enough inside of these team fights. They need to somehow break the combos that are going on.
Yeah, he needs to definitely get sort of lucky on the crits and especially on the Omni slash bounces to actually get some of these kills. There's Nightfall. He's stepping in. They're going to be able to find the opportunity to go in straight away. It's sort of awkwardly comboed, though, with the Tornado. And Nightfall, they're able to pop the BKBs on all three of them, DM, Nightfall, and GPK, as they'll stand their ground. FN's had to TP out. As that
was very awkward.
That's yeah, not quite the synergy you're looking for.
It's what level? It was a level 3 Omni too with a. I mean, it
was a fair bit of damage that was missed out because of that Tornado. Yeah, no doubt about it.
What level boss is it? It's like a 2.3 second. It was quite a lot of damage missed out. That hurts.
They will find save. Or have they got any more AoE? Yeah, they do. Lots of it with the Blade Fury and Sunstrike if necessary. And they're actually going to go for a smoke straight up. See if they can try and make a move whilst Arena's down. But I mean, even saying that, Arena's back up in 5. So if VP can get themselves together, even without save.
Oh, is this illusion? Oh, no, they punched the illusion. No, he got baited immersion.
I mean, maybe just sort of losing the flow a little bit after what's been a few awkward movements as of recently by Live2Win.
They're gonna try for DM. The tornado won't quite clip him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Hard kill to get anyway. You can just BKB and TP out since the Tusk Punch was used further south.
Radiant's top
Bounty runes kick off. 2 for 2. And a DD
Dire's
spawns bottom.
tower is under attack.
And I believe that's, yep, GPK now with a full AC. So most, the damage is already pretty limited from that Omni Slash as we've seen in the last few fights. Now even more armor for everybody.
Yeah, it really does seem that just with the build, I don't know, with the sort of the build up the Dream went for it, it's just never felt that it's had sort of the moment in this game where VP's really been that scared of this Juggernaut.
No, not really. Recalls coming in. They're bringing the Willow, looking for a smoke, looking for a fight. Immersion on the low ground.
He's going to get the jump in onto Kingslayer on the side, though. Look at this. DM, he's managed to get pretty much all of them in the arena into the fear.
God.
They're having to pop their BKBs to get out of here, but they've lost Seneko. Jump from GPK, trying to come in onto Afterlife, saves him with a chase. As Afterlife, he's trying to run with this Vessel and this huge amount of magic damage, bringing him down low. Omnislash does come in. They're grouping up, trying to split the damage. Sonic Wave pushes Dream over to the side, but he is able to kill off DM this time. Mars plus 2 supports down on VP. Finally, sort of, this was what Dream's been looking for. An Omnislash, there was a lot of targets to hit, but the bounces were there, and he's able to take away one of the cores with the damage and leave it in a situation where VP's just got to abandon the fight.
He's just his tankiness there. Just VP thinking that they can chase him and kill, they just get turned on. A little over-aggressive. A beautiful ult, too, from DM to just kick it all off. He hit 4 of them right away, but yeah, the BKBs and just the resets, this Timber, still proving to be a nuisance. Maybe they have a bit of a lack of initiation on the side of Live2Win, but he's just super annoying because he's just in the midst of the fray at all times still. GPK, being cute. They could have pointed that out. Afterlife could have seen he had the AC aura on himself for a second there, but he'll be able to push the wave. GPK gonna cut the wave.
Still keeping it a very close game, though, here. 22-17.
Yeah. We're seeing GPK's not changing, but adapting the build a little bit. He's going to be going for, at the moment, a Daedalus. So he's a little worried about their physical damage still. He's still worried that the Jug is going to get online, which, I mean, Dream absolutely is still getting pretty large after that last fight in particular, too. Almost has an Aghanims. So they do still have to worry about some stuff in this game.
Now we'll see what sort of time now. Yeah, just a minute until the potential Roche respawn. I mean, both teams are...
Dream.
What's he got?
Dream really wants. He just wants that Aghs before that Roche does kick off. He's gonna finish it. So they have a minute to farm it. They're gonna guard him. And we see VP. They're setting up for that Roche. You see Kingslayer the way he's warding right now, getting the sentries and ops all placed down in the area. It's all just about this preparation for the next Roche engagement. Afterlife. They're actually going to try from here. They're bringing the whole party.
He's not an easy kill, though.
The Rupture is going to prove problematic for him, though.
He's out of the arena. I mean, they feel a little scared about chasing any further. Yeah, they had to sort of get that kill very cleanly done. Otherwise, he's going to be able to live long enough for VP to really question how much they want to commit for the Timber. And they don't. VP have to pull back from that.
Timber probably has the best chat wheels for stuff like that, too, when you do mess with kill. He just taunts the hell out of you.
And now, again, a little bit of a window for Live2Win where if they can try and bring a fight whilst the ults are down, they'll certainly take the opportunity, but VP just keeping themselves held very close to Roche. As it's going to be still a minute and a half on the respawn timer confirmed. Live2Win looking to make a hit happen before that.
Dream is very potent right now. He's very strong now with his new Swift Slash at the ready.
Absolutely, it makes all the difference. The Ags are just a huge step up in the potential damage output of this hero in the fights.
Immersion. Okay, not a little bit of weird blink, but he gets the ward on the high ground.
All right. I'm going to come up with a counterplay. DM's going to drop the arena down onto the two of them. BKB popped by GPK. They're taking out Immersion. They're also doing a hell of a lot of damage here to Afterlife. This time, Afterlife cannot retreat. He goes down. Buybacks here from both supports on Live to Win. As now Dream, he's sort of in a very tricky position. He's completely isolated. VP, they'll be able to move over and take him down as well. Now Dream out for 80, as he's not going to be back up for the Roche respawn. And this was Live to Win also committing 2 buybacks there to maybe very wishfully have the chance of getting over and helping out their carry. They couldn't. It was too far, too deep on the enemy half of the map. As Live to Win taking a huge net loss there in that fight, now down 6k.
I'd have to see the way that it all went off there. That was really weird. That was I mean, Immersion jumps up to get a ward on the high ground, baits his team to the left, and then Nightfall just eats the Omni Slash and runs it south. So the fight is completely split up. DP gets a Mars ult and a Fear on 2 targets.
Oh, and they're in?
2, and then just isolates the Jug.
Oh,
and now they have so much time to clean up the base.
Yeah, but this Abyssal done. Nightfall making quick work of Seneko. And of course, that's a very dead Crystal Maiden. No buyback on Seneko now. As they're going to have to try and defend 4v5, and even that's not going to happen for another 30 seconds. Jug's still down. VP having all the space to take the mid-racks and to back off and also look for the rush.
Yeah, they should have time to... And they already previously had set up all these wards. Kingslayer in the area, Immersion. He was spotted for a second. They did know he's in the area here. But they can just go into that rush now. There's going to be no Omni Slash when he does even respawn. He won't be able to commit in time around there.
Yeah,
I mean, Immersion, he's got to do some steel play.
I mean, he could try. Is he going to go for it? Yeah, GPK's making it hard. This rush is falling too quickly. VP. This is going to be theirs. It's time to kill as well. Aegis and Cheese in their hands. Do we have any big items coming out for Live to Win? Of course, we've got FN. He's queuing up the Hex. Wants to make sure he has extra opening against these BKBs that they're all sporting in the team fights. VP.
His impact just feels pretty much, it's been gone for a long time on this Invoker though, versus all these BKBs. He can't make too much happen. He's just been stuck at like 2-3-10, not really be able to throw out any two big combos or anything like that. And I feel like his alacrity is going to be the most impactful thing now in these future fights on Dream. I mean, look at this round here coming out from VP.
Yeah, Live to
Win.
Win.
See the Chaos Meteor.
FN.
Well, to FN. Uh-oh.
I think on the detection they do sentries down. He's able to get the BKB off in the TP. And they haven't got anything to get through it. Nightfall not quite close enough to jump in with the Abyssal, so FN will make it out of there, but only just. It was quite a close call there.
Quick moves from VP, swinging around, clearing out the lanes. Now they've got all 3 lanes in a great momentum position, so I think they can actually look to siege the base here. I think they can go run north, try to find any heroes that are in the jungle, and just look to siege. And yeah, that looks like it's the plan. DM already charging up onto the high ground.
And Nightfall's Bloodseekers. It just sort of popped off at a pace that the Dreams really struggled to keep up with. Now Dream, nearly having the Mjolnir. Still just, with the way that both heroes are built, you can't help but feel this Bloodseeker's just doing so much more. As Afterlife, they get the setup onto him. Sonic Wave flies through onto the 3 of them. Afterlife down and out. Nightfall is ready to start diving in. The Omni Slash does come out. Let's see if it's enough. It's enough to take down Nightfall the once. But he's got the Aegis. He's ready for round 2. With no buyback on Afterlife, this is getting increasingly harder for Live to Win to hold VP off.
Now Alacrity Omni actually did decent work. He's got a Swift Slash too with his fresh Mjolnir.
Yeah, VP.
Yeah, these fights just they're too hard. Every time, just DM drops the ult. They drop all their ults as well, and then FN has to just watch from the outsides. He can't actually help this poor Timbersaw who just gets everything thrown onto him.
I know VP's execution here for the last 10 minutes or so has just been pretty flawless. You know, it's what.
Just great teamfight lineup.
Yeah,
Just great way they swung across the map too, with the recalls and everything have been just on point.
Yeah, and the way they've been able to fight, you know, with Nightfall as frequently as they have, in comparison to what Lift to Win's been able to achieve with Dream, they haven't just found nearly anywhere close to the same amount of opportunities to start fights themselves as it's just been
Nightfall.
VP running at them. Nightfall, it's going to get punched up. The BKB up. Still just no other way that Lift to Win can commit onto it. He's not scared of anything.
Yeah, it was a little bit scary for him because he jumped forward so far with the Abyssal and his BKB and his Minotaur Horn as the Timber was respawning. So good reset. Good thing that they didn't overcommit there on the side of VP. Back up, get those bounty runes, keep this gold lead growing. Rapier's queued up. Dream knows.
I mean, he needs it. Honestly,
He needs physical damage.
If he can get the Rapier, and I think I sort of want to say it only if he gets the Rapier, they will have a chance of turning. They need that extra damage. They have to make sure that when he goes in with the Omni Slash, 1-2 heroes are guaranteed dead. At the moment, that's just not happening. Apart from situations like this, when one's out completely on their own, something that we haven't really seen happen for the last 20 minutes. You know, sure, this is great for Live to Win, but VP just haven't been giving them any of those opportunities up until, you know, now. You know, I think VP, they're trying to be as efficient as they can, split up across the map. They feel pretty comfortable. But DM down for 80 seconds, this could hurt if Live to Win can make a move quick enough to punish the fact that there is no Mars.
And Dream finds probably the best item I feel like he could get at the time.
Oh, yeah.
He finds a Penta Edge. So just straight physical damage for himself. I mean, hey, little things, but everything is going to matter for them right now. It's a very tough hill to climb for them. As VP still positioned in a very nice aggressive area. GPK also finds a Penta Edge with his Daedalus finished from the last fight. And moving over.
Let's see what they can get.
GPK just deleted.
Ooh. Very nicely done here.
Did you see that too? Stormcrafter, the item, it actually hits things while you're smoked. So watch out for Stormcrafters when you're smoked, guys, because it might reveal where your positioning is.
What's the range that it hits people around you? Is it that far there?
700.
Okay, so and what's the smoke dispel range?
It's bigger than that, but it was like on an illusion or on a creep or something.
Oh, okay.
Reveal it,
Oh, that's true. That's true. I see what you mean.
That's okay. That's actually nice on a Tusk too. I didn't really point it out, but the Stormcrafter versus the Willow, if he does get caught in a root, he can use that immediately and then go for the snowball. So they've got some plays around now too with these new neutral items. And a Basher also finished up for Dream, and we didn't point out the Timber got a Trickster Cloak, probably the best item that the Timber could get.
Oh, a little disappointment though that it is the Basher rather than the Rapier that he was queued up.
Wait, he went to... Oh, okay.
You know.
I mean, maybe he's feeling like they got a big sign of life there from these last movements. He's level 25 too. I thought he would switch to Butterfly, to be honest with you, because there was no True Strike, but...
Yeah, Butterfly would have actually been really nice. I mean, sure, I guess there was the chance that, you know, you just go and buy the Bloodthorn on the quad, but I guess, yeah, you got a Manta. You know, you got ways to
play around.
Yeah, no, you could still have the argument. Oh.
He's got the double BKB piercing thing, so he's got the Scotty as well as the Basher, which can be pretty nice as they're chasing forward.
Well, Arena's going to be dropped down defensively as VP again, just on the retreat. I'll lose Kingslayer for that.
Okay. And they see DM's illusion, but it is an illusion.
I mean, and after VP's been pretty much, you know, very focused, you know, these sort of few slip-ups are, you know, I feel like they're giving them away more than they need to when they're as ahead as they are.
Yeah, because now it causes like a snowball event too. Because now, like, that's just while the Coddle's dead, someone else dies. Then Roche respawns. It can definitely prove to be a pretty good thing for Live to Win. I like how they're just sweeping across the map with 3-4 heroes, looking for anybody who's making that mistake. VP now playing more together, not really slipping up and moving in or else. Afterlife now he's the one who's split up.
They're going to jump in with the Abyssal. Spear into the brambles as they'll take him down 100-0 with the jump. Maybe feeling, you know, after those last few moves that he was sort of safe to do so, but definitely underestimating and forgetting what VP had been able to do to him earlier this game.
They're sitting on the high ground.
Nightfall, he's stepping in. They'll come in with a slash. Is it enough? Not nearly. Not nearly at all. The Sonic Wave comes down, and now Dream's in trouble. He's got to run. He's going to go for the TP out with the Blade Fury, but the Bastion's there. Dream down for 100. And no buyback. Big crit onto FN as well. That's him out and down. There'll be a buyback from Immersion as they're looking for Nightfall, but Nightfall, he's just hitting them. He's just punching through them all. Immersion has managed to get him up to the cliff, but there is no safety up there. They've got to call it. There's no more buybacks to throw into that fight as VP will take this game 1.